Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today is a beautiful Thursday, and I am so ready to dive into the absolute madness that just went down in Port Charles. Grab your snacks, get comfortable, and seriously buckle up because things are getting completely unhinged today. Let's get right into the drama! Oh my god, I'm screaming! I literally cannot even process what just happened on my screen right now. Okay, but listen, you know how you're watching a show and you just feel the dread building up in your stomach because people are making the worst choices ever? That was me. I was eating dinner and literally choked on my food because the sheer level of chaos in this episode is actually unhinged. Jordan and Curtis, I just can't with them right now. They're driving at night, right? On a super dark, twisty road where you can barely see 10 feet in front of you. And what do? They decide this is the perfect romantic moment to take their eyes off the road for a kiss. A kiss! I am yelling at my screen like, guys, keep your eyes on the road, but no, they don't listen to me. And then boom, swerve, flames, branches everywhere, a literal fiery nightmare. It's so dramatic. I actually had to pause and text my friend immediately because my jaw dropped. Why would he do that? Why would she let him? Wait, I forgot to mention earlier, but there were actually so many people on this exact same road tonight. It wasn't just Jordan and Curtis being all romantic and reckless. Danny Morgan and Charlotte Cassadine were out there too, speeding around like absolute menaces. And Isaiah Gannon. Like, why is everyone driving on this specific road of death at the exact same time? It's a traffic jam of tragedy waiting to happen. The camera just pans to this car in flames beneath a railing and I'm sitting here like, are you serious right now? Whose car is it? Is it Jordan and Curtis burning up in there? Is it Charlotte and Danny? Is it Isaiah? Or is it some massive three-way collision of doom? I swear, if someone doesn't make it out of this, I am going to riot. Mark my words, this is going to end badly for someone, and I am not emotionally prepared for the funeral episodes. Oh wait, before that happened actually, we need to talk about Brooklyn Quartermain because this is where the plot thickens and my blood pressure rises. So Dante calls her to Charlie's pub for Gio's performance, right? But before she leaves, the camera does that super obvious zoom in on a wine bottle and a glass she left behind. She was drinking. She was literally drinking wine before getting in her car. I am calling it right now. Tipsy Brooklyn is the reason this whole crash happened. She probably veered over the center line because she was rushing to get to Charlie's after Dante rushed her, and then Charlotte had to swerve, and then Jordan had to swerve, and now everything is on fire. The audacity of her driving after that wine. Not okay. I'm done. I'm so done with these people making bad choices. And don't even get me started on her actually arriving at Charlie's pub. She gets there late, obviously, because she was probably out there causing vehicular manslaughter on the highway. Gio is up there doing his karaoke contest thing and tells her, it would have been nice to look out and see you in the audience. Ouch. The guilt trip. Brooklyn is being super apologetic, but she has no idea, or maybe she does, that she might have just caused a literal massacre on the dark roads of Port Charles. If she caused this, what is going to happen to her and Chase's foster application for baby Phoebe? Willow conditionally approved them, but a DUI hit and run is definitely going to ruin that. She needs to get it together, I swear. She is playing with fire, literally and figuratively. Okay, where was I? Right, so, back to the crash aftermath. Carly at home, minding her own business with Valentin Cassadine by her side, which is insane by the way, because Valentin is a literal WSB fugitive and Carly is just stashing him in her house like a stray cat. Suddenly the phone rings, Carly answers it and absolutely panics. I'm betting my life savings it was Danny on the phone. Danny probably called her screaming that Charlotte is in a wreck. Carly and Valentin are now racing down the road, which is the worst idea ever because if Valentin stops to help pull people out of a burning car, the cops are going to see him. He's going to get hauled straight back to Steinmauer, but he loves Charlotte so much he's willing to risk his freedom. I'm dead. The stakes are so high I can't breathe. Just picture this. Carly and Valentin pull up to this mangled, flaming wreckage. Jordan and Curtis are probably passed out inside, breathing in smoke. If Carly tries to pull them out by herself, she can't. She needs Valentin. But if Valentin helps, what if Curtis wakes up groggy and sees him? What if Jordan, who is literally a former top cop, opens her eyes and is like, oh hey Valentin, aren't you wanted by the feds? And if Valentin runs into the woods to hide when the ambulance gets there, how is Carly going to explain to the authorities that she magically dragged two unconscious adults out of a burning car by her blonde self? Jack Brennan is already sniffing around her secrets, and if he finds out she's allied with Valentin, he is going to flip. The drama is just too much. I am pacing my room thinking about this. It's actually making me sweat. Meanwhile, because Port Charles can never just have one emergency at a time, Lulu Spencer is dealing with her own absolute nightmare at her house. I am so stressed for her. Rocco's hand is infected. Like, really, really infected. We are talking red streaks up his arm and a high fever, which means blood poisoning or sepsis or something terrifying. Lulu had called Isaiah to make a house call. Isaiah was hanging out at his cabin with Portia, and he said he'd be there in 40 minutes. But guess what? It's been way longer than 40 minutes. Where is Isaiah? Was he in the crash? Did Brooke Lynn run him off the road too? Lulu is freaking out, looking at Rocco's red-streaked hand, and realizes she has no choice. She has to take him to the actual emergency room right now. Wait, did I already say that? Whatever. Anyway, Lulu taking Rocco to the ER is a massive deal because, think about it, who else is going to be rushed to the ER tonight? The victims of the fiery car crash. Charlotte is in that crash. Lulu is going to walk into General Hospital with Rocco, only to find out her daughter Charlotte is being wheeled in on a stretcher covered in soot and blood. Both of her kids are going to be in life-or-death medical crises at the exact same time. I would literally drop dead of a heart attack if I were her. And Rocco is already panicking because he's secretly the one who shot Ross Cullum, and the walls are closing in on him. This poor kid is running a fever, dealing with a septic hand, and harboring a dark, criminal secret. It is entirely too much for one family. I need to send Lulu a fruit basket or something because she cannot catch a break. And speaking of Rocco's family, where's Dante while his son is going septic and his daughter is in a fiery wreck? He's at Charlie's pub, just chilling. Well, not chilling. He went there to support Christina and Gio, but he's also interrogating people because Dante cannot turn off his cop brain for 5 seconds. He walks right up to Emma Scorpio Drake and is like, "Is there any update on your grandmother? Emma looks so grim, you guys. It broke my heart." She recently asked Felicia if she could visit Anna Devane, and Felicia was like, "Nope, doctor's orders, no visitors." Emma doesn't even know if she's ever going to see Anna again, and Dante is just poking at that wound. I get he wants answers, but read the room, Dante. Emma is already having the worst time ever. Seriously, Emma is having a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad night. She's on a date with Gio, which was supposed to be cute, but it's turning into a complete disaster. Gio is distracted because Brooke Lynn was late, Dante is harassing Emma about her dying grandmother, and there's probably going to be news of a massive car crash interrupting the whole karaoke contest anyway. Gio better make this up to her with that Broadway trip to New York City because right now, this date is a 0 out of 10. I honestly feel so bad for Emma. She just wanted a nice night out, and instead she's getting grilled by the cops and watching her date pout about his missing family members. It's just tragic, honestly. Okay, let's jump across town to Windermere because the gothic drama is giving me life right now. Ava Jerome is snooping around, as she does, and she walks into a room and finds Jen Sidwell with Cassius Faison, but Ava thinks Cassius is Nathan West! She literally looks at them, raises an eyebrow, and goes, "Is somebody under arrest? The audacity of this woman, I love her so much." Sidwell is totally covering for Cassius, pretending Nathan is just updating him on the investigation into Marco Rios' murder. But we all know Cassius is actually Caesar Faison's son playing dress-up to manipulate everyone. Ava's inquiring mind wants to know everything, and Sidwell is actually confiding in her. It's wild. And this is where it gets so dark and twisted, and I am entirely here for it. Ava is doing whatever she can to hang on to Sidwell. She will tell this man anything he wants to hear. But honestly, she actually empathizes with him. Sidwell is grieving because his son Marco was murdered. And Ava, she knows exactly what that feels like because her child was murdered too. The shared trauma bonding is so real and so toxic. They are two grieving, angry, vengeful parents sitting in a literal castle plotting destruction. Sidwell wants to destroy Sonny Corinthos, and Ava is just sitting there, sipping her drink like, "Tell me more, honey. It's iconic." But Sidwell is still keeping so many secrets from her, especially about Britt, and I just know this is going to blow up in Ava's face. Oh my god, Britt! I almost forgot to talk about Britt! I am so stressed for my girl Britt Westbourne. So she's in her office at GH and she's having this intense, semi-arguing conversation. She tells someone, "I'll do whatever you want." Is she talking to Sidwell? Or is she talking to Cassius? It was revealed that Cassius is the one who convinced Sidwell and Ross Cullum to give Britt her medication in the first place. But Cassius is being so ruthless. He told Britt that if she doesn't do what he asks, she is completely on her own, sister or not. He wants her to get Sidwell back on her side to complete their father, Caesar Phazon's final project. Like, excuse me? Phazon's final project? What even is that? A weather machine? A mind control device? It's always something unhinged with the Phazons. Britt is literally backed into the tightest corner ever. Ross Cullum, who is the actual person who stabbed and murdered Marco Rios, by the way, which Sidwell doesn't know is controlling Britt's medication. If Britt tells Sidwell that Cullum killed Marco, Sidwell will kill Cullum, and Britt won't get her meds, and she will die. So she has to keep the murderer's secret, play nice with the vengeful, grieving father, and take orders from her fake cop brother. The anxiety I feel for her is off the charts. I would simply pass out. I don't know how she is still standing. And on top of all of that, Britt is trying to figure out why Jason Morgan is in WSB custody. Jason is taking the fall for someone, and Britt doesn't know it yet, but it's Rocco! Little feverish, infected hand Rocco is the one who shot Ross Cullum on the pier. If Britt finds out Rocco is the shooter, she's going to go into full protective mode because she loves Jason and she won't want Cullum going after a kid. But Cullum is already putting pressure on her, demanding to know who shot him. If Cullum finds out it was Rocco, or if he remembers Jocelyn Jacks was snooping in his ICU room, it's game over. The body count in Port Charles is about to skyrocket. I am calling it right now. I honestly just need to take a deep breath because this is too much. Between the flaming car wreckage on the highway, Brooklyn's wine-fueled hit-and-run potential, Carly and Valentin playing fugitive rescue squad, Lulu's double-child hospital nightmare, and the Phazon family's evil science fair project. Port Charles is literally a war zone right now. I don't know how any of these people sleep at night. I certainly won't be sleeping tonight because I need to know who is in that burning car. If it's Jordan or Curtis, I will cry. If it's Charlotte, Valentin might actually murder someone. This show is going to be the death of me, I swear. Okay, I need to go drink some water and calm down before I actually lose my mind over these fictional people.